Welcome to Munchie Boys Podcast, munching your morning commute.
Are we rolling? I was like, I couldn't tell if we're actually doing
Well, I think you already made it awkward now, so.
Hello? Want to be a Munchie boy?
Munchie Boy!
I we like to munch.
Wow, listen to my lung capacity. No COVID's here.
No COVID, no bovid, no lovid, no tovid, any of those.
None of those.
What's going on?
Oh, apparently I'm
what's
stuck on
going
like some kind of weird sustaining loop thing. I need to stop.
Have you ever been like, oh, yo, yo, yo?
No, what's that?
Where you're like swinging from a branch or a vine.
Like Tarzan
And
Boy?
you're like, oh, yo, yo, yo. Yeah. Do you think everybody already pushed stop on the podcast?
They did.
by
We
now?
just lost like all of our listeners.
Dang it. I guess that means we're free to do whatever we want.
Yes, now it's just us. You know, this is our time down here. Down here, this is
know.
our time.
Down here, you float too, Georgie.
Oh, yeah.
It the killer clown.
Yes.
Oh man. So this is a special episode, and by special I mean not very special. I'm gonna call it the Loosey Goosey episode.
Not
where-
very special, Tony. You need to learn
Okay,
a thing
it's
about
special.
branding. You know, for example,
That's true.
if Disney releases like a sequel series for Star Wars, they don't say, yeah, here's 3 movies we just kind of scrapped together, you know, and it's not very special. They say like, oh, this is a very special one. You know, we find, you know, that's what they do. That's how you do this. You
Okay,
know?
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I need to tell you something special. The Munchie Boys present to you for this episode a very special indeed episode in which we didn't go to a new place. What we did was we went back in time. Back in time to places that we've had before and that we've featured on the Munchie Boys previous episodes.
We went back in time.
We got back in those food lines.
And we had the DeLorean out the other day, didn't we?
Yep, because we did a photo shoot for the Munchie Boys.
The Munchie Boys. You're going to see the Munchie Boys as a multiple mixed media project very soon, maybe.
Absolutely,
Maybe?
and we're not even going to tell you what it is.
No, we're not going to tell you what it is, and we're certainly not going to reference the fact that we may have had little secret references in the previous episodes that might lead you
Yep,
to believe
we're not telling you
something.
jack shit.
So, watch your mouth, Tony. There might be
I
women
figured
and
if I
children
spaced-
listening.
But I figured if I spaced it out, it would be okay. How I
Yes.
said jack shit. It. So, first off, let's talk a pertinent question, which is, what did you munch tonight?
Oh, Tony. If only you knew what I munched tonight. I went back to a place that we've been before. I called up our good friend Ahmad.
Oh,
And by good friend, I mean, you know, I assume that he's like everybody's friend. He seems like a very friendly guy. And I was like, Ahmad, give me a kebab kubadeh and a juja kebab.
and what was he like?
And he said, all right, 20 minutes. And I show up in 20 minutes. And like, he did mention though that it was a little slow and he's a little worried about the COVID and that it's, you know, kind of, you know, and
Yeah.
it's a serious thing because, you know, we like restaurants. We like local restaurants. We like restaurants like with like, you know, that are owned by guys like Ahmad who, you know, and girls who like, you know, or anybody really, you know, if you own a restaurant in Omaha, you know, there's a chance that we like you and we want you to exist. And so go out there, get some takeout from Ahmad's and other places, you know, but I'm going to get off my little, it's not so much a soapbox. It's just kind of like a Tide Pod. I'm going to get off my Tide Pod now. And,
Your Tide Pod pillow bag.
but let me tell you, man, oh man, Ahmad's is great, and like their lunch things are huge, and they're only like $11. So like I got 2 of them, and my thought was I'll eat half of this now for lunch, and then I'll eat half of it later for dinner.
And then what was the reality?
Oh, I just gorged on the whole thing until it was gone.
I I was going to say, when it's that good and you have it all before you.
And I'd take a nap. Oh my gosh, the flavoring and
a mod nap.
the seasoning and like the chicken on the what's it, the juju kebab, like that is just so like
luscious.
moist and tender and seasoned, and like the salad stuff on the side was great, and like the tomato was great. And of course he tells me to like make sure to get a little tomato and rice and with each bite, you know.
Oh, he told you how to eat it again?
Yeah, you know, it's just good because like otherwise I'd just be like put the entire thing in a giant funnel.
Was he like, make sure to put a little bit of rice and the tomato and the meat and
Yeah, really good. I need to do that more often because it's really just up the street. It's not that far away, and you know, it's always going to be an incredibly delicious thing to have.
As you guys remember, we covered mods in one of the previous episodes recently.
We did.
And also, you remember Aaron went back that night, that very fucking night.
It wasn't even that night. It was like, you know, like later in the afternoon, right after we were recording, I called.
Oh yeah,
a mod
you called on
the
Aaron.
thing, and I had to get there before 2 so I could like get my round 2 of lunch, you know, because we're the Munchie Boys. We don't just like, we're not the Lunchy Boys, we're the Munchie Boys. We're not here.
We don't play, and we don't play with our food. Okay, sometimes
we play with our food, all right, but you know, we're not here just to kind of like have a nice little small portion lunch. We're here to munch. We want the whole thing. We want the whole enchilada. Enchiladas, that sounds good.
Oh, enchiladas!
I should get an enchilada. Where can you get a good enchilada at like whatever time that we're filming this tonight?
Oh my God, you know, well, I don't know about now. I wonder if maybe you could run down to, what's down on Saddle Creek again?
Oh, De Leon's?
Yeah, maybe they'd have an enchilada.
Do they have enchiladas? They probably do. I've only really had...
I don't know, but speaking of that, you know what it's reminding me of?
What's it remind you of?
Me and Whitney went back to La Casa del Huarache.
Oh, you did? How did that turn out?
Oh my gosh, let me just tell you and tell the crowd
Okay.
that we liked it even more than the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you another thing, that the thing that reminded me of it is I was rewatching some of the episode of that we did with La Casa del Huarache.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with Matt and Holly.
Yeah, I was going to say, because Holly and Matt joined us on that one, and that was fun.
Yeah. That was awesome. And that's literally why I was watching it, because it came up somehow, and I was like, oh, I want to put that episode back on and watch some of it. And then me and Whitney were like, should we just get? And then we were like, yeah.
It's good to go back and watch the classics sometime, you know?
Yeah. What other classics have you munched? Because everybody, this is the theme of this episode. We're gonna talk about things that we've had recently that we've already had before on the episode.
Let's see. Well, last week I went back to Tasty Pizza and I got a Tasty Pizza.
Aaron, don't say last week. You know you're going there more than last week.
I didn't get down there this week. Their special this week.
Oh, okay.
Is the hamburger pizza, which of course will no longer be the special by the time you hear this, because we're recording this as they're closing on Saturday night. But I had the pepperoni pizza, and that was always good. That's not really a special thing for me because every week I go down to Tasty Pizza, except for this week, and get a Tasty Pizza. I'm saying Tasty Pizza way too much. This message is not sponsored by Tasty Pizza. Tasty Pizza. And that's why I'm looking forward to to Tony's and Whitney's new home, because they're right around the corner from Tasty Pizza and right around the corner from the other Tasty Pizza location.
It's a beautiful thing, folks.
So I can swing by Tasty Pizza, and then I can go and say like, hey, Whitney, how's it going? Oh, hey, Tony. And then I can leave and go to another Tasty Pizza. It's great. It's perfect.
And get another cardboard box, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I've been known to eat... Well, that just sounds wrong if I say it like by itself. Go back and watch our Tasty Pizza episode, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you'll get it.
How about you, Tony? What was that?
Another throwback that we had recently.
Oh?
This is the one, let's tell them, this is the one that's kicked off this whole idea.
Oh, yeah.
Remember I was like, hey, me and Whitney want to get flavors.
Oh, yes.
And then I was like, you should go get flavors, and then we should do a throwback episode. And let me tell you what we got real quick from flavors. We got a chicken biryani. We got the garlic naan. Let me see what else. Oh, we got the samosa, the veggie samosa. And then we got some other chicken dish. Let's see. I got to look it up. Chettinad. Ooh. Tender, boneless chicken pieces cooked in a traditional South Indian spicy gravy with curry leaves and coconut. Spicy. And I was so happy with the spice because it did have a bit of a kick to it. You'll have to try that sometime, the chicken chetinade.
I need to try more things there. I kind of always kind of panic at the last minute and go for like stuff that I know is, I'm going to be cool with. I mean, I'm going to be happy with all of it like that, but I just go with, the old standby, the old reliables,
Yeah. Here's one thing I will say, though, real quick about some detail about the flavors experience. So we ordered the veggie samosa, and remember how good those were? Like the bigger, nice, filled samosas.
Oh, yeah. I got the samosas too, man. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing that was weird is I swear when we got them for the takeout, they were like the small.
They were small.
Like Whitney was like, of course they were pretty good, but she was like, wait, were those literally those same samosas that one girl like brought to the outdoor get together? Like we went to like an outdoor picnic.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl brought these, and she was like, to be honest, I didn't make these. I got these from like the Indian store, like the grocery store. Like they were frozen. And I was like, I seriously think like we both agreed we thought they just were serving like these certain samosas that are pre-made or whatever. And I was like, that sucks because like they were different than usual. Because if you remember, like they usually have those big crispy ones, like
and these were,
nice, yeah.
But there was a lot of them in there though. I mean, there were
they were still good,
of
yeah.
samosas, and they had like the two sauces in there too. Because I mean,
so it wasn't bad.
I feel like going into it, you expect to get like 1 or 2 or 3 like really giant samosas. So when you get like, I don't even know how many there were way too many to count.
Like 7 or 8 or something.
Yeah, but they were great though. They tasted like like I would have expected a samosa.
They're pretty good. I do like the handmade like big ones better if I had to choose, but they were still good. But we just thought that was weird, and I'm guessing that it's because maybe they're slower now or something, and it's just not worth making those or something. I don't know. Like
I feel like again, places like Flavors are probably hurting. I mean, they probably have a pretty healthy takeout business during like lunch and dinner hours, but I mean, our last episode actually dining inside of a place was at Flavors back in what was it, March?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Right before the entire world decided to kind of shut down, we are, and I going back to that, it's like I'm glad we're in there when we could go back and watch an episode. It's a lot of fun. And I got the chicken tikka masala, which
that's your old surefire.
I always get that, but I know it's always going to be good. And I also got a goat biryani.
Ooh.
And let me tell you, I mean, again, my thought was, I'm going to have a little bit of the chicken tikka. I'm going to have a little bit of the biryani. I just ate all the chicken, and then I couldn't remotely touch the biryani, so I put that in the fridge, and I had it later.
Nice. Speaking of biryani, so we got chicken biryani. So my opinion about that was that I seriously like the biryani in person in the old days way better. Like, tell me what you thought. There usually used to be like seeds in it and like little nuts and all this different stuff. The biryani that we got to go, it was still pretty good, but it was mainly like rice, and it wasn't very, like, I just feel like it wasn't as like elaborate as when like in the past in person. I don't know.
I tend to disagree because mine actually had a couple of those little seeds.
Oh, lucky.
Not a lot.
I swear,
but enough
wonder
to
if
where
they just made ours faster or something. I don't know.
Enough to where, and that's probably one of those things where like, if you in a certain batch, there's probably not a lot of the seeds in there, and like when people are dishing stuff up in the buffet line, they probably skip past the seeds. So then when you're there, you end up getting more of them than you would.
You can get whatever you want. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't have my biryani when it was nice and fresh and hot. I had it later when it was reheated in my microwave.
Yeah. Was it still good? Did it hold up?
Oh yeah, and also it was like I feel like, maybe I'm getting this confused with the vindaloo, but I feel like when you get it at the buffet, the goat was like still on the bone, so you had to like pick the meat off the bone.
Oh yeah.
But when I got the goat biryani there, the pieces were completely boneless. They were nice little soft, tender chunks, and I was, because, I mean, I not to keep saying things about teeth, because like that seems to come up like lately in the past, like however many episodes, but like, I don't want to like chomp on a bone and have to go back to, to any kind of like dental type person. So,
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the Tooth Goblin.
I was pleasantly surprised. However, you'll recall it was back when I had the chicken tikka masala at the place that won't be named, is when my tooth really started acting up, and I couldn't really fully enjoy the thing, which added to my displeasure with our experience and not getting the Fusion Friday item.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, flavors though. Even that I need to get flavors on, takeout more often because like the portions are so huge and like, oh my gosh, they're so big and
Yeah.
I miss us going there and dining in person and like, fattening up at the buffet line, but
I know, believe me. But all I want is for things to be normal and then just for us to just go to Flavors and go haywire.
yeah, basically when things go back to normal, if they go back to normal,
I want to go haywire at Flavors.
we're gonna go back to Flavors. We're just gonna eat until we die, and you know what? I will have died doing what I love most.
Shouldn't that be like a last meal for like when they're like, "Sir, what would you like your last meal to be?" Like when they're going to be put to death, and it's like, I want to go to. How did this get so dark? All this.
Also, I don't know if you really weighed your biryani, but like
No.
after I had the first portion of biryani in the microwave, because I was garnished with this nice large onion slice, and it had like the
oh yeah,
the lemon, the fresh lemon wedge on it.
yeah.
But after I had the first portion, like my first plate of food off there, I was like, wait, this thing still weighs pretty heavy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
So I kid you not, I went up to my bathroom scale, weighed myself with the biryani,
Like you
and
held
weighed
on to
myself
it.
without the biryani. And it was seriously, after having already one plate of food off of that thing, the container full of biryani leftovers was still like over 2.5 pounds, like almost 3 pounds.
Oh my god!
I know.
I love the image of you doing that, like stepping on your scale and then grabbing the biryani.
Well, and it's
That's
like, it's not
awesome.
that I normally weigh my food, but it's like, I couldn't understand how I've already had a plate of this and it still feels so heavy.
I completely get that because after me and Whitney had the Indian the first night, we seriously had like half the biryani left for the next day, and that was almost an entire meal.
Yeah.
like
But I mean, I
was a lot,
just couldn't get
yeah.
into I tried to at least taste the biryani, after the chicken tikka masala the first day,
yeah.
I was just too full to even taste it. I mean, I like seriously put the food in the fridge. I passed out and I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning
Don't you love the Indian nap?
but I like woke up in a weird contorted position and I was like, what happened?
Wait a minute, you woke up at 3:30 in the morning. What time did you start sleeping?
I don't know. I was just like,
You're like, as soon as I set the fork down, I was like, oh,
I just remember like waking up in this like, weird position thinking like,
what happened? Where am I?
Happened?
What time is it? What's going on?
And then I was like, wait, I've got biryani in the fridge. I could try to like roll downstairs and get some biryani and go back into a nap. It's not really a nap if it's at 3:30.
I'm trying to think of what else. I swear we had some other throwbacks of stuff that we've already had.
Oh, guess what I had last week?
Oh, what?
Now here's something special. As a astute viewers or listeners might recall, the week after we went to Flavors back on season 1 originally, when we actually dined at the restaurant, the next week we went to Block 16. But by that point, we were already in a shutdown for reasons, global concerns.
Yeah.
So we went to Block 16 and we had takeout, and like they were already, just after a few days later, they were already ready for like the whole curbside pickup and stuff. But they had a thing where you could basically like a take home and bake thing where you could basically get like a
Ooh.
like a mac and cheese,
Like some type of tin,
with
and then
the
you put it in the
chicken
oven or something.
parmesan type thing. And now, as you might recall, I don't have a regular oven, so I had to.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, how did you warm it up?
I had to go out on the dark web and like hire there was like all these like weird, like you could order like drugs off the Silk Road, you could order like assassins and stuff, but you could have people that would cook your take and bake. So I found somebody to do that, and they also had this like crazy like gingerbread bar,
Oh,
and
I want gingerbread. Lady, are you nuts?
like I thought it was gonna be like a pumpkin bread or a pumpkin cake or some kind of a pumpkin bar, but it was like this. It was basically like basically like a 10-pound brick of gingerbread.
Oh,
It was like dense and dry, but I mean not like in a bad dry, but dry, and like it was gingerbread with this like cream cheese frosting
Ooh.
that was like rich and buttery, and it was just it was something different. But like the parmesan, the chicken parmesan on this mac and cheese, it was like the really good mac and cheese too. I mean that was like awesome mac and cheese. It was like thick and
Nice.
rich and creamy and
You
cheesy.
love your mac and
uh,
cheese.
I love a mac and cheese, and I wish I had a working oven. Otherwise, I would like have this stuff stacked up, in the freezer all day long and just like basically reheat and reheat. I do have a microwave though. I'm going to keep saying the word microwave, and you'll find out why later.
All right.
At the end of the song.
All right.
How about you, Tony? Did you have anything else? Any other of our throwbacks?
Well, so I did mention that we went to La Casa del Huarache. I'll mention what I got real quick. We got the Cochinita Pibil tacos. Well, we got 2 of those. It's slow roasted, how do you say this? Achiote marinated pork served with its traditional cured red onion. Those were great. We got the Mexico City Huarache. And then we also got, what were they called? Come on, where are they?
Ooh, what are they called? Where are they? Where are they, Tony?
Oh, volcanes.
Oh.
And so we got asada, like a steak volcane. Well, I said asada, but now I'm looking on the menu. There's nothing that says asada. So maybe they just were like, okay, we'll just make it whatever.
I'm going to seriously need to like try to go and find some kind of Mexican food right now after we record this. You know, you realize that, don't you?
You didn't munch yet, or would this just be a secondary?
Well, I mean, again, I had like enough mods to like kill a normal person.
Oh yeah,
today.
so then you were like not even munching until now, like.
But this is considerably later as we're recording this.
Yeah, so don't say that he didn't need anything yet. Why don't you just get Taco Bell?
I don't really do Taco Bell. I would go to De Leon's and get like a Nebraska burrito. Kind of their breakfast burrito.
Yeah. I literally love Taco Bell. Call me crazy.
Crazy. Tony, are you nuts?
I'm trying to think. So we did go, ladies and gentlemen, me and Aaron did go somewhere else, but I'm a little hesitant to say. Okay, I'll just say. We went to Lalibela before a photo shoot that we had.
Yes.
It was featuring us, by the way, for that upcoming thing that we shall not mention.
A DeLorean may or may not be involved, but we cannot disclose any further information than that.
A DeLorean may or may not be involved. A juiced bike may or may not be involved.
Oh, you're into the e-bikes. I'm into DeLoreans.
Yeah.
You're a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll, DeLorean.
Yeah. We went to Lalibela, and the reason I'm hesitant is because, as people know from us mentioning it on this podcast quite a bit, we love Lalibela.
And I think it's safe to say that the idea for the Munchie Boys podcast probably came out of us actually going to Lalibela or Flavors.
Yeah, and coming up with concepts. And the reason I'm hesitant to dive into Lalibela is because we got it and we were like, are we really ready to do this yet? I don't think we are. I think we need to do like a real big...
No, because that's got to be something special. That's got to be a full-blown, full drawn-out thing. That can't just be like us sitting out on my porch on a sunny day, socially distancing and eating
I feel like when we do our Lalibela blowout, and that's what it would maybe be called, is like literally like we need to go there in person. We might do a video episode. Like we might wear GoPros on our heads or something. I swear that's how it derived, because we used to joke about how we should just both wear GoPros on our heads and eat Lalibela and do an episode about it. And then have the spinning GoPro in the middle. Remember? Since
we probably won't get the rights to our favorite song that plays there, we have to like recreate our own version of it. That's changed just enough to where the artist that we've discovered through Shazam doesn't come after us and sue us or eat our lunch.
Yeah, isn't it like ding, boom, ding, ding, ding. I remember it always reminded me of the American Horror Story theme song, kind of. But like with a less scary sound and more of a Ethiopian jazz sound.
Yeah. But it's crazy because like we were in there and we were like, Tony's like, I wonder if I can Shazam this. And I was like, what the heck does a Shazam this mean? You know, but
and then I did.
He was able to just, there it came up. You know, it was like there's this artist who's actually seemed to be quite a prolific artist in the.
Yeah, and now I can't freaking remember who it was. Now I'm kind of mad at myself. I got to find out what that was again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like some Ethiopian jazz artist that literally had like tons of albums, like tons and tons of albums. But I was just happy to have that song. I can't believe I lost it now. It's like no. Everything else is kind of a catch-up, reheating our leftovers, or kind of revisiting, kind of going back type episode. Yeah.
But Lalibela is more of a peek into our hopefully not too distant future episode, because we really want to go into that.
Let's do a complete amazing episode about that. We'll do a brief little rundown. What did you get?
I got the Tibbs spicy.
Spicy Tibbs. Is that beef? Is that beef cubes? Is it
Yeah,
spicy?
basically, there's a lot of beef cube dishes thing. It's just basically little bits of beef, I guess. I don't know. But so
And
good.
I got the Lalibela. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Lalibela Omaha.
And I haven't
then
had I haven't had Lalabella probably since like February, which is like insanely long time for me to have to go without, Ethiopian. I don't know how I managed.
Doro Watt. Wonderfully tasty grilled beef. That's what Tibbs are.
Oh yeah, and it was wonderfully tasty, and it was grilled beef.
And then I got the Zil, which is ZIL, a special treat of stir-fried beef strips, onions, and peppers. So if you can imagine that.
Zil.
And then on a beautiful bed of injera.
Oh, the injera.
The soft,
Oh,
lovely
man.
bread. I love injera. Oh man, now I see. Okay, I'm not even hungry right now. I already ate dinner, and I literally want the Zil with injera right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, I literally ate enough mods, to kill 300 Spartan warriors, and I want to go and get a burrito, and then I want to go and get like Zil and Tibbs and Gorad.
I seriously need to try some of this other stuff. Yeah, Gorad. Lean cubes of lean cubes of beef meat mixed with spicy butter sauce and awaze or whatever, however you say it. A paste of hot peppers containing garlic, ginger, and spices. Oh my god, I want that. Gourd.
Wait, Ginger from the Spice Girls? Was there a ginger
No.
spice? I don't remember.
I want to try the kiwat. I want to try everything.
The downside to having it on my porch on a sunny day is you don't get the Ethiopian tea. That's like that's such a part of the experience.
We always got the tea when we went there, like when we used to go in
They're like
person.
spiced sweet tea. It's so good. And I miss the owner of that place because he's a really another one of those like guys. It's just great to come in there and see and talk to him. And he always seems very grateful that we come in and munch with him. And was he there when you picked up the food up?
Yeah, and I told him I was like I'm picking up food for Aaron too, and I go I owed him a meal, and he was like oh, and I was like
Yeah.
But he was just saying like how's it going and stuff, and he always recognizes when I call, like he always knows it's me. I was like, you make me feel so special. I swear I knew the guy's name at some point, but then I forgot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should
It's
know
been
his
so long,
name.
that's
I mean,
why.
there's a mod from a mods. There's Nick from Fetas. There's Nick from King Kong. There's what are some other like local restaurateurs that we should know by name?
How come whenever you're on the spot you can never think of it? Oh yeah, Don and Millie.
Oh yeah. Well, you've been back to
The latest place we've been back to was Salween.
Oh, we've all been back to Salween. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we and here's the thing, we got our old standby, which is the chicken pad thai and then the yellow curry chicken. And then fried wontons.
But I'm pretty sure from browsing through your social that you've been to Dire Lion at some point recently too, haven't you?
My ice cream social.
Your ice cream social.
Yeah, yep, we went to Dyer out at the Trucks and Taps patio.
Okay.
Oh my god, that was good, Dyer too. I swear, like recently, it's been so freaking good. Like, what did we have? We had this like sandwich that was almost like a shepherd's pie sandwich, but it was amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, it was good.
Have you had their chicken tikka? How is that?
That is pretty good. I haven't had that in probably like a year or more. So.
Oh man, I need to go out there and get some. But that's like so far out of my way, man.
I know, it is kind of always like a thing to go out there. So when we went there, it was actually for Isaiah's birthday because he was like, "Oh, it's my birthday. People should come out there and just hang."
I will say this
So
though,
we were
it's
like, okay.
totally worth the drive, people. If you're listening, go out there and check it out. I mean, and I need to get out there again because we like Dire Lion and
Or maybe next time, yeah. Maybe next time we're hanging, we'll just be like, Aaron, you need to come with us.
there we go. Maybe I'll have to do that.
Like next time we head out there. Yeah.
Because I haven't been out to the new Trucks and Taps place. I mean, I guess I don't even really fully understand where it is at the moment.
Yeah, it's basically like Oh man, is that 156 in Q? I want to say.
Well, where is it in relation to where they were when we went there for Pint 9? Is that like in the same area?
Oh, that's not even remotely in the same spot.
Okay.
Because I think that was something like, wasn't that like 180th and something like?
Oh yeah.
Or
yeah,
even farther south. Like, wasn't that Giles or something? Like it was, yeah.
That was way out of my way. I feel like this new place seems like it'd actually be closer to me, you know, in comparison. So
yeah, definitely. It's still quite a trip though.
Yeah, but you know,
yeah,
it's a trip worth taking at some time.
But I guess, you know, the whole point of the throwback is just to say that after we get introduced to places, we usually go to them again. I mean, there's definitely some that we don't, but we can't say who those are. I mean,
no, but I feel like maybe one of these days I'll check out their Fusion Friday special and maybe I'll try it out, you know, in a hurry just to see if they.
What are you talking about? I can't really put together anything. What? Like,
it doesn't really look like much of anything to me.
Is it like Tarragon in a split second-agon or something? Or like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of.
I have no idea what you're saying now.
Parsley and
parsley and a smarsly
and hardly at all. I don't know. I can't. Nothing I'm saying is making sense. I must have a food high from our dinner tonight. Speaking of munching homemade,
oh man,
we have this super high quality ground beef that I fried up in a pan with onion and green pepper. And then I took potatoes and I scalloped them super thin because we had all these potatoes left.
You scallop potatoes?
From Thanksgiving, we had all these left, and I was like, I have to use them. So I cut a bunch of thin little slices, and I literally here's what I did. I melted butter, put it in the bottom of a huge casserole dish, literally laid out the thin potatoes like pepperonis all along the bottom. And then I grabbed 3/4 cooked hamburger. Like, I cooked that whole hamburger mix, mostly done in the pan. And then I put that grease and the onion and the burger all over the potatoes. And then I did another layer of the potatoes. And then I forgot to say, I shredded white cheddar in between this, each layer. So then it had...
You shredder white cheddar?
It had 2 layers of the hamburger mix, the potato, the cheese, and then I put it in the oven and cooked it all, and it was absolutely heavenly.
Damn you, Tony! You have an oven!
I know. Think about like almost the highest quality. I know.
You have a working oven. I just have the microwave oven.
I know.
All I have is a microwave. I can't make.
I have the macrowave. You have the microwave. We use those waves that are more macro.
Yes.
Okay, I'm cheesy. I have a food high.
Speaking of microwaves, I guess this is where I should probably get into the vintage synthesizer of the week.
Yes. Let's talk about radio waves, or maybe not radio waves, but whatever type of waves you're gonna create.
This synthesizer for this episode is going to be the 1989 Waldorf Microwave and the 1997 Waldorf Microwave 2.
Nice.
The microwave is based off of the PPG Wave from like 1981. It uses shifting, sweeping wavetable synthesis and wave scanning to create like spectral sounds and the fun digital sounds, but they had like an analog smoothness to them like that. You hear them a lot in like Tangerine Dream stuff in the early 80s. You had a lot of like movie soundtracks in the early 80s.
Nice.
Depeche Mode's Broken Frame album has almost all PPG Wave, like the song See You. I mean, all the sounds in that are basically PPG Wave. And the Waldorf Microwave is effectively a PPG Wave in a rack mount unit.
Whoa.
And not only that, but when I was in high school, I used to do like a lot of sequencing on Octamed on a Commodore Amiga. And I have the NerdSeek Tracker sequencer here for on the Eurorack module. That's a tracker, much like the Octamed is. A tracker was a form of music notation that kind of goes from top to bottom. It's used a lot in like chiptune kind of stuff, video game music type stuff. And so I was kind of figuring out how to work my NerdSeek sequencer here, and then I had the microwave over here, and I was like, wait a minute. I've been trying to like chase this like sequencing thing that I used to do back in high school where I was all sequencing stuff, you know, in a tracker, and everything was all nicely quantized, you know, to 16th notes and 32nd notes and stuff. And I was finally able to completely like revisit for the first time in like 25-ish whatever years, you know, the way that I created music back in high school.
Whoa.
And that's what this song is. And you know what? I made a video for this song, which you're not going to see because this is an audio episode.
But maybe they'll be able to see it later.
So this is a Sweet, sweet Magnetron of Love. Food's cold and I can't eat it. Gonna have to quick reheat it. You'll find that you're reliant on this one kitchen appliance. Radiation saves the day. Hello, microwave. Yeah! Microwave, warm up my heart, baby, with your sweet, sweet magnetron of love. Lava. What'd you think of that, Tony?
That was freaking dope. Oh, I just peeked. Oh, well.
You don't want to do
I
that.
literally just screamed that it was dope. Man, I'm liking that. I am liking that. Okay, realistically, I'm not going to see that until I listen back to the episode, but it was great.
Yes, and if you liked what you heard, go and watch the video for it, because I put a lot of time into that, which you're never going to see now. Funny story, though, Tony. I bought my microwave from the Boston synth pop group Freeze Pop
What?
back in 2002.
That's sweet.
Freeze Pop has since gone to a little fame with the Guitar Hero and Rock Band series of games. And I think they were signed to a major label for a while, and
Nice.
I'm not sure what they've been up to lately, but
And now you have that synth.
I've had their synth for 18 years. And funny story is I actually emailed them a few years ago about something else like that. And like Sean T. Drinkwater from the band messaged me and said, that selling you that microwave is one of my only gear regrets. Please sell it back to me. And I'm like, no, this is my
so
favorite
funny.
synthesizer. But I will, if I'm ever going to get rid of it for any reason whatsoever,
You'll give him first dibs.
it'll go back to you.
I love that you were like, no. That's so funny. Anyway, that's hilarious.
Anyways, I think that's our show, right? Do we have anything else?
Yeah.
Wow,
Egg foo yawn.
Tony's over here yawning. Is it that boring already? Listening to the Munchie Boys? Jeez,
It's only
Tony.
9:16 on a Saturday night. I still got to watch SNL tonight. I can't believe I'm already
9:16 on a Saturday night. He's
I
still
can't believe I
gotta
already
watch
had to-
SNL.
can't believe I already had to egg foo yawn. But yeah.
Not me. I'm going
All
off. I've basically slept half the day from a mods, and now I've
Now
reset
you're
my
fired
internal
up and
clock.
ready to go.
Yes, fired up, ready to go. Wow.
All right. Take us out with the classic phrase.
You mean this one? Munchie
Munchie
Boys. Chomp.
I love that you always say chomp and then you put the head on there. That's awesome.